That's what
Welcome back with Qua and Hung, Bros and Bows. Here we are in Lowell, Massachusetts, and we are at Saigon Sandwich House right behind me. We're here at lunchtime, and it looks pretty busy, so we will see if we could interview the owner or not. But we're here to try Vietnamese sandwiches today. We chose this place because they have a variety of sandwiches. We usually, there's only two places in Lowell we would usually go to get sandwiches, Hang Cook and this place. And this one has been open now for a few years, and they have the largest variety of Viet sandwiches. Yeah, and this parking lot looks pretty full right now, so let's go in and find out. As you can tell, they have outdoor seating. This is new, they just expanded this. I love this, it looks very nice. They are also expanding to this side as well. This is gonna be their restaurant side. So right now, this is their temporary dining room. They're gonna expand this. This wasn't here before the last time I was here. So I'm really glad that, business is doing well and they're expanding. Their food is great. So, and this is lunchtime right now. There are people here eating. All right, so we're in line waiting to put in an order. If you take a look at their menu, they have a lot of stuff on here. Oh yeah, there you go. You got Viet sandwiches. You got all the type of noodles. Yeah. Three popular, okay. So nó là số mấy để?
That's the number one, that's the combination, and then number three, that's the barbecue pork, and number six, that's the sausage homemade.
Wow, okay.
Let's get that.
So we're gonna get those three sandwiches that she just recommended right there. Make it spicy.
We always do that.
Awesome. Can you cut it in half for us as well?
Okay, get it.
Come on.
You want to eat it, right?
Yes, yeah, we're gonna eat here. Yeah. So this is the owner. I've been here a few times, so I've seen her here. No?
The manager.
Manager, okay. Well, she's the manager. I've seen her here a lot, and they've been here for a while now. And every single time I come in here, this place just keeps changing and it keeps expanding.
They will come in maybe
In June, okay.
That's gonna be the bakery side?
bakery, yes.
Ah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's under production right now.
Nice. So
I remember when it
hopefully.
was just this, and then that side expanded, and
It's more bigger.
wow.
Well, hopefully our video could get more people to come in here for you. All right, guys, we just got our food here. I actually ordered a drink. This is a coconut drink with grass jelly. She actually told me the grass jelly in here is homemade. You can kind of see the black stuff floating around right there. Also, this coconut drink isn't from, one of those coconut cans that you see. This is
Actually,
from an actual coconut. So they extracted this from a coconut. As you can tell, that's why it's so white.
well, they cook these. In Vietnam, usually they heat up the coconut water before you actually drink.
Mmm. Wow. Wow, this has way more of the milky coconut taste. I would say this is from a ripe coconut more than from the water you just get from a regular coconut. This is like the ripe coconut that they scrape all the goodies from the inside and then squeeze it and then they cooked it because it's very milky. It's really coconut. It's gonna be good with these sandwiches. She makes supposedly every sandwich here is spicy, so I'm definitely gonna need this. Wow, you wanna try? That is good. I was not expecting that. I was actually just expecting more of the coconut juice that you would get, you know, when you get it from a can.
Even though it's called grass jelly, it's not actually a grass. It's a vine plant. And the leaf, what you do is like you blend up the leaf and the juice from that actually they use the juice and it automatically calculates itself. It's just like jelly,
yes.
Which is interesting.
Yes, like natural gelatin, I would say. All right, so which one of these sandwiches do you want to tackle first here?
Let's try the nam. This is one of the popular one that she recommended us. We never had nam before. It's homemade nam, which is like it's like almost like sausage.
Yeah, so it's a Vietnamese way of preserving meat as well. So
it's
it looks
pork.
Yeah, it looks like she fried it and everything. So the nam should have a sour, tangy taste to it. They like to mix in Vietnam. We use a lot of chili with everything, and I could guarantee you this is gonna be spicy. Taking a look in here, you got cilantros, you got carrots, you got the pate, you got their own version of their mayonnaise they put on here. I see the chili, I see cucumbers on here. So let's give it a shot and see how this tastes. The bread, very soft,
Toasted.
very toasted. I like this.
It's made fresh this morning.
Cheers, huh? Took a pretty big bite there, but couldn't help myself. One thing I could say that's different about their baguette is that it's very airy, for sure. But the crust on the outside
is thinner than a regular baguette.
It's not as like crunchy as you would expect on other baguette that I would usually get, which I kind of like this because usually baguette will cut up the top of my mouth from how crunchy the outer skin is, and when you're biting down it's just poking up on the top of your mouth. What do you think about the flavor of this nam?
So this nam's sweet. I think for nam itself, it's usually sweet, and the sauce that's used in here that's different than regular banh mi. There's no soy sauce. This they use fish sauce, chili,
garlic,
a little bit of sugar. Yep. You dilute it with a little bit of water so you don't get that really fishy taste.
Yeah, because
it's a well-balanced sauce for this sandwich.
Yeah, fish sauce alone is very strong, so if you don't dilute it down, it would be like really salty, really fish saucy. So usually Viet people would dilute it down, but if you're really into like salty stuff, some people would just dip it straight into fish sauce.
And the homemade butter. It's very, say buttery, but it's like milky texture to it.
Yeah, I like the sandwich. It's very, it's not overwhelming actually with ingredient. The meat is the nam is just the main thing for the meat. The majority of this is veggies, and the sauce that goes on this is what really brings out that flavor, you know what I mean? And I could really, I'm beginning to taste that chili kind of kicking in. It's kind of slowly burning around the rim of my mouth right now. My lips will probably start turning red over time because it's on fire. But
this is a well-balanced meal if you think about it. You got your carbs, you got protein, you get veggies. It's a good snack. And you can eat this anytime.
The banh mi have a very special place in my heart because whenever I eat it, it just reminds me of childhood. You know, we came to America when I was 5. Hung was probably 4 or 3. But when we were younger in Vietnam, you start school a lot earlier, and parents would actually let their kids walk to school even at that young age. And I would walk Hung and my other little brothers to school, and we would stop by the banh mi shop up the street. And back then we were poor, so we couldn't really afford a sandwich like this full of meat, full of veggies and stuff like that. My parents would give us enough money to buy a plain banh mi, and what they would do is they'll cut it open, they'll put some sauce in there for us, so that way there's like some flavor.
Sauce.
Yeah, and then we'll split that banh mi like 3 ways, and we walk ourselves to school, and we would do that every morning. And well, that's why like when I eat banh mi, it's just so comforting.
And it's not really a shop. The old woman on the side of the road every morning that sell bread and sandwich to all the kids that are going to school.
All right, that was good. All right, next, let's try this. This is, I believe, the cold cut.
Yeah, that's the normal one.
So this is the cold cut right here. The cold cut is actually really popular in Vietnam because it's cold cut meat. And back then there's no refrigerator, so this is actually the easiest way of preserving meat. So, you know, in America, everybody loves the barbecue Vietnamese sandwich meat, but that is actually like a luxury if you're in Vietnam. Most people get this cut.
So this one, a lot of people know banh mi. This is the banh mi that everyone's talking about.
Yep. And let's take another look in here. You see the pate that's right there. There's pickled pickled onion, pickled cucumber, not cucumber. There's a cucumber, there's cilantro, pickled carrots. I believe this is radishes, pickled radishes. And yeah, she popped in a big piece of jalapeno in there for us.
So this is the only sandwich, the only Vietnamese banh mi that use jalapeno. The rest of them are Thai chili.
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say, in Vietnam, you probably won't find jalapenos. Jalapenos came from Mexico, so we use it a lot.
This has soy sauce, unlike the last one.
All right, cheers. Okay. I could actually see why this cold cut is really popular, actually. I was expecting, I'm not a cold cut type of guy, to tell you the truth. I always buy banh mi, barbecue pork or barbecue beef. I just like that flavor, but like, my parents always get this, and until now I'm older, you're gonna understand why. The layer of meat that they have on here, it just adds to the flavor. I'm trying to go through and see what they have.
3 different fucking meat on it.
Yeah, there's 3 different cuts. One is definitely a pork, so it definitely has that. It just has a more moist taste to that meat. Other one is another cold cut. It's very popular in Vietnam. I want to tell you guys what it is. I will give you the better description in the video.
It's usually made from all the fatty stuff. So they blend together and then they steam it.
If you're in the local area, in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Connecticut, I guess Connecticut is really far to get here, but if you're looking for a Viet sandwich shop that's in Lowell, Massachusetts, you guys gotta give this place a try.
Homemade butter and their own pate. It's really good.
Everything
they sell it here too, so if you want to try and make it at home yourself, you can definitely buy it.
The flavor, I love this baguette. I love how soft and crunchy it is all at the same time. Outside is crunchy, inside is soft, and then when you bite in there, you got the crunchy carrots, you got the cucumber, the jalapenos in here. Really, all that flavors together, really tied this baguette together really well. Yeah, one thing about eating baguette, it gets pretty messy. Crumbs will be everywhere.
Don't eat this in your car or on the couch.
Yeah, I used to drive and eat this all the time. Probably wasn't a great idea. My seats, my floors are always covered in baguette's crust dropping everywhere. What do you think about this one?
The first one, I feel like the taste was heavier because I think the nam, it's just because it was freshly cooked. This is cold cut. I feel like I'm eating a salad.
Yeah, the nam was an interesting taste actually. I would say the nam has a deeper, there's more flavor to it. If you like anything that might be like barbecue wise, because it would have almost all those tastes, sweet, tangy, kind of smoky from it being on the grill. This to me would be, you know, like I know people love Italian cold cuts, and for, you know, some people.
It's definitely different.
I would say this is kind of similar to Italian cold cut in a way because of the cold cut, but the pickled veggies, the catte, and that mayonnaise in here really separate. And I think the baguette alone, you know, it's a different bread in general. This is the Vietnamese version.
And the jalapeno definitely give it a kick.
Yeah, so you know, Aussie, you know, this is the baguette. The French brought it to Vietnam. What makes the Vietnamese baguette and the French baguette really different is the Vietnamese baguette is very airy. It's very light. The French baguette will be very long, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. I would say it would be a little denser than this. What makes the difference is the Vietnamese baguette consists of wheat flour and rice flour, and the rice flour is what gives it that airy, light texture. You know, to the baguette. I was always told
every bite will leave crumbs.
I was always told that, you know, growing up, or at least from my parents, why the Vietnamese baguette is so airy and so light is because back during the war era, you know, wheat and rice flour was limited. So that's why the Vietnamese baguette, they made it, you know, this size still, but actually there wasn't a lot of, I would say, flour to it because, you know, during the war there was a limited supply. So that's one of the reasons that separate the Vietnamese baguette from the French is, you know, the ingredient that goes into making the baguette, and also you know, what just the Vietnamese war really transformed how the baguette is made. So that's why, you know, we get this kind of air baguette that we get here in America, and, you know, still being made in Vietnam the same way. I got one more bite here.
It's very interesting to try this one.
I see husband's already on. Yeah. What's that one called, though? You know?
This one's the pork. I forgot the name of it, but let me show you. It's the fatty part of the pork. So this has the most fat on it, so it's gonna be very buttery. Let's see that. It's gonna be good.
Wash it down. Coconut juice.
So this is like the last cold cut one. The only different is that meat.
Good.
All the veggies and everything's just the same. You still got your soy sauce in there, butter, pate, and a giant jalapeno.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So this one right here, the last one, that cold cut consists of, the last sandwich, that cold cut consists of this meat and 2 other meat, and it looks like this one only consists of this cut right here. As you can tell, this one is a very fatty. It looks like a piece of bacon, actually. I wonder if this is
A bacon cut?
yeah, like a bacon cut. Yeah. And maybe it's just sauteed a different way, but under there you see the pate. and everything. Let's give this a shot. I just ruined that sandwich by digging through it. So let me reassemble this. Boom. Cheers. Okay.
Flavor-wise, it's definitely lighter.
Yeah.
Just
Out of the 3 sandwich, I say this one has the flavor's there. Don't get me wrong, the flavor's there, but I say the Nam one, the first one was so complex because of the
like
Nam.
meatier too.
Yeah.
The other 2 were meatier.
The last cold cut, you literally have this taste actually. It's the same taste because it has this meat in there, it has the same ingredient and everything. But I think those 2 other meat cut that's in there really add a different taste to it. This one is still good, but now that I ate the other 2 and now I'm eating this one, I'm just feel like this is kind of the simplified version of the last one we just ate actually, the cold cut. But this one is good. I'm not complaining about it. Flavor is similar, but I say the first 2, way more flavor. So what do you usually get for Viet sandwiches when you go and buy Viet sandwiches like on your own? What do you usually get? Or what's your favorite if you had to pick?
They do have a barbecue pork one, which is very good.
So one of my favorite. I only get the barbecue pork or barbecue beef, depending on some place we do one or the other. But yeah, I love that flavor.
Back between barbecue pork and the cold cut.
But if you haven't tried the Nam one yet, the first sandwich we tried, I honestly would never try that sandwich myself until today, and now I'm like, I think that's my new favorite sandwich. I always have tried Nam, the way that meat is preserved, not this way, not in a sandwich. If you ever had Nam from the market, I don't think they make it like this. It's more sour, it's more garlicky, but I think they fried it up, and I'm not sure they make their own here. What do you think, Hung? But that Nam tastes a lot different than what
they make it their own. That's what the manager told us.
So maybe this Nam version that they made is like specifically just for this sandwich. Because like I said, Nam is designed to be preserved food, and back then there's no fridge, and this is how they would preserve raw meat, is by making Nam. And though I believe what makes Nam, even though it's raw and how they preserve it over time, is like a lot of salt, a lot of lime, I believe. That's what, or maybe it's the fermentation that gives them a lot of that sourness. I'm not too sure, but this one just tastes a lot better. So if you had to pick one here, if you guys already tried the barbecue meat sandwiches, definitely try the Nam. The Nam sandwich is really good.
Actually, you're thinking of a different Nam. So there's 2 different types of Nam. The one that was in the sandwich, it's a different type of pork that we use. And the sour Nam is actually beef meat. Yeah, so that's different. There are 2 differently. It's weird in Vietnamese, we call stuff the same name that could mean different things. Yeah.
So the funniest thing is, banh mi in Vietnamese just means bread. It doesn't mean the sandwich, it just means bread. So,
Three is the best. Good thing we only got 3.
so it looks like a
bread is starting to expand.
Yeah, I think 3 Vietnamese sandwiches is enough.
If we didn't talk or stop, and we just kept eating, I could probably finish it. Just stopping and talking to you guys, that bread has some time in there.
Well, let's see if I finish this.
Good thing about eating outside, the bird's gonna finish these crumbs.
So we're here around lunchtime right now. The amount of people that are showing up right now, this parking lot looks very full. Once we finish up there, I'm gonna turn the camera around, show you guys, what the parking lot looks like. We have a few people sitting next to us. They got some dishes that looks really interesting as well, which I will want to try out next time. But this, amazing.
And the location is like tucked away. So your food has to be really good for people to find you or keep coming. You know what I mean? This is not facing the street or anything. It's literally behind an alley.
And I'm sure they're gonna continue to do well. I mean, just expanding the food is good. And that's the most important thing about getting into the food businesses. You're always gonna make sure that whatever you're putting out for your customer has to be the best every time. Maybe that one time they came in, you're having a bad day, you didn't put out something fresh. Maybe that's the last time they're gonna come there. So that was my experience with one of the restaurants. I came in for a Viet sandwich, and they gave me an old staley bread, and I never returned back there. So it's like the first impression is everything. So just always make sure to treat everything as the first impression, especially in the food business.
And there's no shortcut in making food.
Last bite. All right, overall, out of the 3 sandwich, what do you think?
I think my favorite one's probably the nam. Just because I haven't tasted the flavor in a sandwich before like that.
Yes.
So it's up there with the barbecue pork.
Yes, I think the nam is a little different than a barbecue pork because you know what a barbecue pork sandwich is gonna taste like just by me saying barbecue, right? But the nam is just really interesting, really unique. Surprisingly, when you bite into it, there's like a lot of juice in there, and it has like a sweet, tangy taste to it. It could be the fish sauce that they put on there. But that sandwich is usually I would not order because I know what nam is. If you're gonna talk about eating it in a sandwich like that, but that is perfect. That's a really good sandwich. I don't think there's anything to complain there. If you guys are in the area, want to come and try good Vietnamese sandwiches, I think this is the best place.
Wherever you can, look around, search around, and there definitely gotta be a Vietnamese sandwich place somewhere near you.
Yeah, and I think the hardest thing to do with a Vietnamese sandwich is like the baguette.
Yes.
I think the baguette is what makes the Vietnamese sandwiches. It's really hard to get that taste without getting that airy baguette.
Yeah, usually even try making it at home. We always end up making it like regular French baguette that's always thick and heavy.
Yeah.
Cannot get it the crust be as thin and the inside to be as airy. But like I said, I just found out that you have to mix some rice flour into it. So I would definitely give that a try now.
Sweet. Well, that's our meal for today. Next time, we are looking to try something a little unique, a little kind of wild.
Definitely local.
Yes, and everything will be local. We try to make sure we want to explore everything that's local, mom and pop type of businesses, and show the diversity in the food in the local area, in every area. So tune into next time. Until our next meal, we'll talk to you guys later.